When
Saakashvili made the decision to send Georgian forces into Tinvali, I didn't know about it. Nobody asked me, but if it were up to me, I would never have made that decision. I didn't approve of that move, and even now I think it was a big mistake of our president. We already see the consequences. They're grave. Thousands have been killed, many have been wounded. Many of those that were killed in Tinvali haven't been buried yet.
How do you believe this conflict will affect the future popularity of Mr. Saakashvili and his government?
This kind of unsuccessful move never makes a politician more popular. But now that Russia demands that Saakashvili step down and be replaced with somebody else, Russia actually makes him more popular.
There have been claims, which are supported by Russia, of genocide against the South Ossetians. Have you heard anything about this?
This catastrophe affected not only Ossetia, but Georgia in general. South Ossetia, Tinvali district, isn't a state. It's a part of the Georgian territory. The same goes for Abkhazia. Thus, in principle, Saakashvili had the right to send the army to Tinvali. However, results of the war make it very clear that the operation was neither well-founded or well-prepared.
Do you believe it is good for Georgia to join NATO? And after this conflict, after this war, what do you believe are the chances of Georgia being able to do so?
This question has been discussed for a long time, and there was a referendum on this issue. 70% of eligible voters said that Georgia should join NATO. This is a decision made not just by Saakashvili or Shevardnadze. I believe, anyway, Georgia will be part of NATO. It is a European country and it should stay among its kin.
Had Georgia been in NATO, what do you think would have happened this past week?
The NATO countries made a big mistake when they considered whether to allow Georgia to join NATO for the first time. They should have made the right decision right then. However, most of the European countries voted against Georgia joining. Had they accepted us then, this war could have been averted.
How do you see the future relationship between Georgia and Russia?
Whatever the price, we have to fix the relationship between Georgia and Russia, whatever the price. And what I'm saying now, I'm going to say for the first time, Georgia is a civilized country. But in its history, there were times when it had to sell its children on the Istanbul markets. They were then taken to Egypt. And they were not only boys, but girls too. Their mothers tried to convince them how sweet their lives would be there. When the Russians came, they banned this slavery. And I can't but say this, that the Russians actually saved Georgia. Why is it that today America is the only country who has influence on Georgian politics? Do they really need to put us at war with Ossetia? It's logically not right. It was our leaders' decision to do all this aggression. It was exclusively the decision of the Georgian state, and I believe we made a mistake, a very serious mistake.
Why does the Cold War seem to be coming back, and why have Russian-Georgian relations deteriorated so drastically? Find out more in the full version of RT's exclusive interview with former Georgian President Eduard Shevardnadze by logging on to our website at www.russiatoday.com.